Exclusive information: top terrorists who attended meetings, or rather secret meetings, with Nigerian officials. Now, the meeting, which held in Katsina State, was attended by 7 notorious terror gang leaders. Infojust with more news. Now, at least 7 leaders of the terror gangs responsible for the abductions and killings of thousands of residents and the displacement of tens of thousands of others in Nigeria attended secret meetings with at least 2 individuals believed to be representatives of the Nigerian government. Sources aware of the meetings have told newsmen. Now, 2 security sources who requested anonymity for safety and authorization purposes said the largest meeting was held in Fankama, a community in Fakari, local government of Katsina State. States, and I quote, "I can confirm that the meeting took place and several subsequent meetings were held in Zamfara State," a soldier who was aware of the meeting told newsmen. He requested not to be named because he had not been authorized to speak with the press. Now, the news got first wind when the candlelight meetings, a few days after the governor of Zamfara State, Danduwa Lawal, accused the federal government of negotiating with terrorists operating in his state without his knowledge. Now, Mr. Lawal, a member of Nigerian main opposition party, the People's Democratic Party (PDP), has vowed not to negotiate with terrorists. His predecessor is Nigerian's Minister of State of Defense, Bello Matawali. Now, Mr. Lawal defeated him during the 18th March governorship election in the state. During his tenure, the governor of the state, Mr. Matawali, was known for negotiating with terrorists. Insecurity was unprecedented in the state during his tenure. However, when videos and photos from the Fankama meeting appeared online, Nigeria's defense headquarters vowed to investigate the soldiers who appeared in the several video clips and pictures of the meeting with the terrorists, and the meeting took place on the 18th of September. Moving for the top terrorists in Fankama meeting. One of the sources, another soldier, said the leaders of the terrorist gang, he gave their names also as Adeyo Aleiro, Yusuf Yellow, Masumi Alhaji Bandi, Alhaji Kabiru, Goma Tashin, which is like his alias, and Idi Mangawi. The 2 sources whom newsmen spoke to separately all mentioned the names of the 7 kingpins. Now, to be honest with you, we were not actively involved until the last minute, but these are some of the top terrorists that were around, but there were several others. They came with their fighters, while some people from Fakari and other areas were also invited, one of the sources said. In one of the videos of the meeting obtained by newsmen, Mr. Aleiro was seen sitting alongside with other leaders of the insurgents during the meeting. Mr. Aleiro is a self-confessed cold serial murderer in a BBC documentary on banditry. Now, Mr. Aleiro boasted of the fact that he doesn't abduct but kills people. And furthermore, he had led several terrorists on a killing spree in mostly rural communities. He has also been blamed for the brutal killings of 60 people in Kadusi, a community in Fakari local government. Now, Mr. Yellow is Mr. Aleiro's cousin, but controls a group of terrorists independent of his cousin. Now, he was accused for carrying out a number of kidnap for ransom operations, including the abductions of over 80 people, mostly children and women, of Safi earlier this year. Now, residents told our newsmen that Mr. Yellow is a cold-blooded killer as his cousin, and they told the newsmen of a time when Mr. Aleiro reached a peace accord with local leaders in Tafe. Okay, now they also after reaching the whole peace accord with the local leaders in Tafe, Mr. Yellow did not stop his criminal and murderous enterprise as he continued attacking villages in the area, killing and abducting residents. Now, the likes of them, Mr. Goma Tashin, likes control of several terrorists around the Bilbis in Zamfara State and Hayi Gada Axis in Katsina State. Others like Mr. Masumi is the chief outlaw of Muye Forest, which extend from Safe in Zamfara State and Fakari in Katsina State. Though he mainly based in Fankama, his criminal activities extend to other areas, especially around the Sabuwa local government. The duo of Mesa Bandi and Kabiru also operate around the Fakari-Sabuwa axis. Now, the Fankama truce. While newsmen cannot independently verify the identity of those involved in the meeting in Katsina State, several soldiers and a civilian who described himself as a representative of the federal government were seen in several videos discussing with the terrorists. Now, one source said that the two officials from Abuja who led the meetings were someone simply identified as Bello and Mohammed Wula. In one of the videos seen by newsmen, Mr. Wula introduced himself before addressing the gatherings. The gatherings was held by the village head of Fakari, the chief Ayman, and other elders were present during the meeting. Mr. Awula said, and I quote, "Peace be unto you," Mr. Awula said, standing on a school desk. Beside him was a soldier taking notes of the proceedings and one civilian who turned out to be Mr. Tuguje. "My name is Mohammed Wula from Abuja. I am the one member of the committee, rather. I am one of the representatives sent from Abuja from the minister's side after meeting with security agents and top officials of the federal government in Abuja. Myself and Bello came from Abuja and met our colleagues in Gassuwa, Zamfara State capital. In Gassu, Zamfara State capital, rather, up to this meeting. As Alhaji stated earlier, this is the third time we're meeting based on negotiations. We've met in Bawo, we've also met in Begega, all in Zamfara State, and we'll continue by God's grace. Now we've come with the official confirmation from the top concerning the need for negotiations. They decided that everyone, including you, them, and us, to continue meeting and discussing the terms. There are a lot of things that I'll say while Alhaji Bello will discuss other issues. The federal government is happy with you for answering its call to dialogue. I promise you that the negotiations are truthful. I will continue to undertake," he further said. On his part, Mr. Wula said 3 items were being discussed during the negotiation, and that is kidnapping, highway attacks, and killings, including abduction of residents of rural community. He said that the terrorists had started fulfilling their promises of stopping the attacks. Now, in another video, one of the mediators was heard telling the terrorists to stop attacking motorists on the Fantua-Gasso highway. Now, ongoing negotiations. One of our sources was told by a soldier said money was not involved in the Fankamwa negotiations. And some of the things the delegations kept emphasizing during the issues was that no one would be given money for accepting the peace accord. Now, names of the innocent Fulanians and other associates of the bandits who were arrested on suspicions have been taken by the delegation. Yes, that part of the negotiation I believe, but I am not saying they, which are the arrested Fulanians and the bandits' associates, are going to be released. They also made some requests, as usual. Now, the reality is that when the bandits' leaders came, the first thing they began saying was several of their people were arrested by security agents. They said most of those arrested were innocent, so the delegation took names of those they said were innocent, with the promise to take the issue to the federal government, he said. Now, the defense headquarters spokesman said that they are investigating. Now, Tukuru Gasu earlier said the military would investigate the involvement of soldiers in the negotiation. The attention of the defense headquarters was drawn to a video clip in circulation across social media handles of some soldiers engaging with bandits somewhere in Katsina State. Now, the defense headquarters is investigating the ongoing video to confirm its authenticity as regards to the soldiers seen in uniform. The defense headquarters is aware of the resolve of some bandits to repent and hand over their weapons to the authorities. This is yielding good results and it's also ongoing. Now, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa Wabin, assures Nigerians that the AFN will engage in several lawful means possible to ensure peace and stability reign in our dear nation. Now, the defense headquarters assures Nigerians that its non-kinetic measures aimed at restoration of peace are yielding results, with several bandits and other criminal elements surrendering to authority. Mr. Gassus, a brigadier general, said in a statement. Now, newsmen conducted that the spokesman of the Nigerian army, Onyema Nwachukwu, who referred this reporter to the statement released by the defense headquarters. He said the decision to negotiate with non-state actors can only be taken at the national strategic level and not at the army level. Now, the Director of Information at the Ministry of Defense, Hope Atari, asked to see the videos and the photos of the meetings when reached for a comment, despite several reminders sent to him via SMS for more than 15 hours. He did not provide the comments requested. That's all we have for you today on that particular news. Do well to stay updated.